The Industrial Revolution was a turning point for the United States and other superior nations, as it introduced a new age of modern technology to the civilized world. What would our lives be like if the Industrial Revolution had never occurred? Sewing, farming, horse riding, communication by mail, all would be used in our day-to-day life. The Industrial Revolution lasted from the late 18th century to the mid-19th century. The telegraph, steam engine, steamboat, spinning jenny, factory system, and mass production were all new inventions, just to name a few. While some are not used frequently or are no longer used at all, they all pioneered the way for what we know now. The three countries most affected by the Industrial Revolution were Great Britain, Germany, and the United States. Great Britain, their economy rose while they produced new items in industry, agricultural, and their military. While their factories boosted the economy and were very efficient, they required bad working conditions. Children often worked for 10 hours of a day with not much pay to support them or their families. Their land, air, and water were also heavily polluted and became undesirable to live in. As for their military, however, their ships could now travel to America across the Atlantic Ocean in 8 days rather than 10 weeks by sail. As for Germany, they became an economic superpower in Europe. They began to mine coal, iron, and silver, and started producing steel. This kind of power and influence, however, eventually led them into war. The United States, at the time of the Industrial Revolution, was still a new country with much land and areas unexplored. However, the Industrial Revolution led many cities in the U.S. from agricultural into urban, with factories and plants. From the north to the south, from the east to the west, railroads were laid and telegraph wires were hung, and the first telegraph wire was laid across the Atlantic Ocean. By the end of the 19th century, the United States of America led the world's economy. Though not all inventions are still used, they paved the way for what we know now, from the way clothes we make, the way we travel, the way we communicate, and the way we farm. The Industrial Revolution laid the foundation for today, as lives were changed, goals were exceeded, and history was written. Though the Industrial Revolution ended long ago, it changed the way we look at human civilization forever.